You are listening to African Father in America podcast by Simon Javan Okelo, live from Seattle, Washington, USA.
Thank you so much for joining me for another amazing session of the Daily African Proverbs. I am live streaming from Seattle, Washington. My name is Simon Javan Okelo. I am from Kisumu, Kenya originally, and I'm really excited to be here with you for the Daily African Proverbs, where we pick an African proverb from a different country every day, and we dissect it. We gain some African wisdom from it, but we also get some takeaways, some things, some tips, some episode takeaways from this podcast episodes that we record Monday to Friday that you can take with you and apply to your own lives. So today we are going to Morocco. The proverb today is taking us all the way to Morocco, and we are going to learn from it. But before we dive deep, I want to welcome Lavender on stage. Thank you for joining us, Lavender, and I'll just put you on mute for just a second as I set up the room here. Welcome, Sam. Welcome, Roger. This is the Daily African Proverbs, and we host this every Monday to Friday. We took a little bit of a break after Africa Day, which was last week on Wednesday, and we are here again, and our proverb is really, really exciting. It's focusing on the benefits of waking up early, and it says, waking up early is bought with gold. Waking up early is bought with gold. I'm going to pin the link to the YouTube live stream. I am live streaming this conversation right now as we speak. So if you are joining me for the first time, you're going to be able to, see my face and hopefully subscribe to my YouTube channel, and, we can continue building together. I also want to invite you to, share the room and, let me know your perspectives either on the chats here on Clubhouse. We have a chat on YouTube as well, but also my latest Instagram post is this proverb that we are discussing today from Morocco. It says, waking up early is bought with gold. Waking up early is bought with gold. Just give me 1 minute as I grab the link to this conversation here for you. And also feel free to join me up on the stage so that, we can have an intimate conversation, and then we'll continue on. Again, when you think about it, there's that other saying that the early bird catches the worm. Yeah, the early bird catches the worm. And, that's what came up for me as I was thinking about this proverb. But here are the 3 takeaways. These are the 3 things that I'm hoping by the end of our time together, you will say that, oh, maybe one of these 3 or all 3 are things that are beneficial to me. The first thing, before we go deeper, is number 1, you'll have more time to get things done during the day and have more time for yourself if you start early, if you wake up early. You'll be able to work on personal goals before work starts. And number 3, you'll be more productive at work. For me, just looking at these 3 takeaways and looking at this proverb, waking up early is bought with gold. It reminds me, of my routine. Mostly I wake up at 4 a.m., and it's just 6 a.m. I've already done quite a few things. And I feel that not everybody has to wake up early in the morning. There are days when I don't wake up that early and I really, really enjoy it, I don't necessarily want to wake up at 4 a.m. from Monday to Sunday. So finding a balance, I think, is something critical that you should also consider. No matter whether you are an early bird or whether you wake up maybe at 8 or even at 6. I think finding a balance, what works for you, what works for your family, and also what works for the source of livelihood that you have. I think that's what needs to dictate when you wake up. But it's true that there are a lot of benefits to waking up early, so that you have more time, because I think the biggest value that the biggest thing that we all have, that we're always fighting to have more of, is time, and definitely sleep is healthy, and there's a lot of research out there that recommends how much you should sleep, and here is another opportunity for finding even a deeper balance when it comes to what this proverb is saying about waking up, and also about sleep. So for me, it's about balance. But I want to hear from Lavender. I want to hear from Stella. I want to hear from Brother, and also I want to hear from you who is watching this on YouTube. What is it that this proverb brings up for you? Waking up early is bought with gold. And when my team and I were looking into this, we felt that there are more benefits than than disadvantages when it comes to waking up early. But let's talk. Let me hear what you all have to say, and we'll continue the conversation that way. I want to invite Bibi. I see Bibi here in the audience. I see Dominic. By the way, I just want you all to know that I deeply appreciate your presence. Thank you for taking the time to be here with us today. With that, Lavender, just briefly introduce yourself, where you're joining us from, and what this Moroccan proverb means to you. Thank you so much.
Hello, hi Simon, hi everyone. I'm Lavender. I'm based in Nairobi, Kenya. Um, I'm happy to be here. So for today's proverb, waking up early is bought with gold. Um, we have a saying in Luo, my tribe, that says Japure Makeo. Still, I don't know if that's the way it said, Japure Makeo, like that person who goes out to get what they want, get what they want. Or and it's sort of related literally with the proverb waking up early is bought with gold, or the benefits of waking up early. Sorry, I'm under the weather and my voice is cracking. I'll leave it at that. Simon, thank you for the opportunity.
Asante sana, Lavender. Yeah. I agree with what you're saying, and I think the Luo proverb that you shared is very. It's exactly how you're saying it. Hold on. It's slightly different. I think there's the Luo one that says Jakinda Emakeyo. Is that the one that you are trying to say?
Yes, Simon, that's very right. That's the exact one I was trying to say.
Yeah, but I
Thank you.
think they mean the same thing, because if you don't wake up early, this proverb says the person who is determined, the person who is persistent, the proverb, the Luo proverb that Lavender is sharing, if you're persistent, then you'll be able to harvest. And if you think about it, if you wake up early, then you have that time to be persistent. If you don't wake up early, you won't even have time to demonstrate your persistence. Anyway, Lavender, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here with us. It means a lot. And I want to welcome Debbie on the stage. I see Bibi, brother, Stella on the stage. I also want to see more of you, Sarah and Dominic, Hakimu. Join us on the stage so that we can hear your words of wisdom, especially when it comes to the benefits of waking up early, this proverb from Morocco that says waking up early is bought with gold. I wonder what our ancestors were thinking when they came up with this proverb. Waking up early is bought with gold. I know that gold has always been a valuable commodity or item or mode of exchange. And so I want to hear your wisdom about what you think about it. Earlier, as we were starting, I shared 3 takeaways. I'll be sharing again towards the end of the conversation so that, at least you have something to take with you as lessons from this discussion and this proverb today. Stella, how are you doing? I hope everything is going well for you. Share with us your perspective and also where you're joining us from. Your thoughts on everything you've had so far, and your thoughts of this proverb, waking up early is bought with gold, and any tips that you might have when it comes to waking up early. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Simon. This is Stella from Kenya, and happy to be here today. Lavender had asked for my opinion on Jacinda Makeo, but I couldn't come to the mic at that time. Yeah, it's Jacinda Makeo Lavender, but still you can modify it the way you modify it. It's okay. So today's proverb says,
Hey Stella,
waking up. Sorry?
I just wanted to add to what you're saying in regards to Lavender's twist to the Jacinda Makeo. I think that proverbs improve, we improve, and language improves when people have conversations like this, because right now this proverb really aligns with with the spirit of what Lavender is saying. So I wonder if Lavender just gave us a new proverb here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think she did. Yes, so
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
yes, Lavender. There's also another one in Luo that says Chakochonlodi Kajuoga. I don't know if you heard it, but it simply means
I
you should start.
have. That's a
Yes,
very good one.
yes. When you start early, it's better than looking for a shortcut. I think it could translate closely to that. So waking up early is bought with gold is basically it explains itself. It's self-explanatory. Personally, when I wake up early and do the things I had planned previously, I finish most of them. But when I wake up late, the day really drags and I don't get to finish my set goals for the day. So the proverb is just directly translated into something I've experienced. And I believe when you start early, you are able to finish. But when you start late, you kind of rush up things and you don't finish well, or you finish but you don't do quality work. You don't give it your all. Because I believe when you wake up, you're still fresh and you're energetic. So you can tackle most of the things. And even in the social media posts, there was that part that was saying that you get to lay your ducks in a row. I really loved that part. So yeah, I agree with the proverb, and done speaking. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Earlier on, before I came into this room, I read the post, but I was in another conversation where the conversation was about productivity and waking up early and having time to plan, or creating time earlier on in the week or earlier on in the year or earlier on in the month to plan actually allows you to be more productive when you get to the point of doing whatever you need to do, whether it's a project, whether it's a workout, whether it's a trip, so I really love how you say putting your ducks in a row is an important thing to think about when talking about the benefits of waking up early, because it allows you to plan, it allows you to be more relaxed. At least for me, it allows me to host even this room, because if I can't wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning, I can't produce the daily African Proverbs by 6 a.m. in the morning. So I feel that for me, waking up early is something that I love. But the days that I get to sleep a little longer, I also love those days, So there's a delicate balance here. Hey, brother, how are you doing? And where are you joining us from? And also share with us your perspectives. What is it that waking up early is bought with gold brings to your mind? When you hear that proverb, what comes to your mind? Our proverb is from Morocco today. And also, what are your thoughts about waking up early in general?
Peace and love, family. This is Brother Herb. I'm calling from the North Carolina territory. And again, I want to say honors to you and all the family, Simon, for sharing the wisdom of the ancestors. And when I look at this, what I see is, and it's funny how this came up, because a lot of little things that I've been seeing on social media, and it's all about being productive and maximizing time. And I've been seeing a lot of videos, a little snippets with Kobe Bryant, peace and blessings be upon him. And he was, explaining how a lot of his greatness was because he started so much earlier than everybody. And I seen some also with Elon Musk where he was talking about, putting in so much time early. It puts you ahead of the competition if you do it consistently. And let me say this: for a long time, I was a garbage man, and it was one of the older guys who trained me. He used to say, sometimes 15 minutes can cost you, anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. I was like, how 15 minutes cost you anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour? And he explained how sometimes if you get an early start, you beat traffic, and by the time you're going to the landfill, dumping out and coming back, you end up beating the lunchtime crowd, and everything flows a lot more smoother. But if you wait 15 minutes later, you be stuck behind a school bus and all the red lights, the kids crossing the street, everything slows you down, and it ends up putting you back a lot further than you could have been had you just started 15 minutes earlier. So again, it's a when I look at the proverb, I see that it's important to maximize time, and starting early can give you a jump start on the competition. Peace and love, family. This Brother Earth.
Thank you so much, Brother Earth. I agree. Starting early, puts you in a position where you can be more competitive. You can be ahead of the competition, and putting in the work early is also a concept that is true. It's almost like when you're younger, you could do more, so that when you're older, you physically cannot do as much as you could. So it's really, I love what you shared with us. I deeply appreciate you. I want to welcome everyone who is here with us for the Daily African Proverbs. This conversation is being recorded for the African Father in America podcast, which is available across all podcasting platforms and also on YouTube. The link to my YouTube channel is at the top of the room. We're actually live streaming. That means you can also engage with this conversation live on YouTube. I want to let everyone who is just joining us to just take a moment, 3 to 5 minutes, and also everyone in the room. We only have 2 shares of this conversation on Clubhouse. Let's get it to maybe 10 shares, in a moment. Let's get it to 10 shares before we continue. I would really appreciate that. And also, one of the ways that you can support this movement and this work that we're putting in, we've been putting in this work since January 2021. And, we can't do it on our own. So it's important that you take a moment to subscribe to the channel, share the content on my YouTube channel, leave comments there, engage with my content on Instagram. That does not cost you anything. You can do that, in support of, the preservation of African culture and these amazing proverbs that my team and I put together and curate Monday to Friday. We would really appreciate that. If you want to support in other ways, let me know, and I will share more information with you. Or you can go to my link tree, through my Instagram profile, and you can learn more about some other ways that you can support and be involved. I'll be talking a little bit about Madaraka Festival, which is happening on August 13th and 14th in Seattle, Washington. So if you want to learn more, stay tuned. Now I want to move on to Bibi. Bibi, how are you? And where are you joining us from? And what is it that this proverb from Morocco reminds you about? It says, waking up early is bought with gold.
Thank you, Simon. Good morning, everyone. I'm in Tennessee, and all is well here. I hope you guys are doing good as well. For me, the first thing that came to mind was I'm gonna take a different twist, and it won't be about waking up early. But I remember this quote when Oprah said, when I'm not going to say it exactly as this because I don't remember it all put together unless I listen to it again. But if someone shows you who they are the first time, believe them.
Maya Angelou, yeah.
Okay. All right. And the reason why I say that is because if you believe them early on, then stringing your own hurts by giving them chances and chances, you will save so much pain and so much time, and time is money, and so much of yourself. Because when you sow a seed, you're supposed to let it go. Of course, water it and let the sunlight get in, but you don't go hovering the seed that you plant in. And that's kind of like with what learning early on is. You let it go. Like when you learn something about someone, you take it from there, whether you want to string your heart or just let the person go. Let your intentions be known when you find out in the first place, instead of planting but a seed that may not turn out to be good. And that's my take.
Yeah, I love that. Could you repeat the quote by Maya Angelou just one more time? I just want to, put that down. I loved it, and I love how you, your perspective on this conversation.
It's when someone shows you who they are the first time, believe them. And thank you,
Yeah,
Simon.
yeah. I love that. It's like saying the first impression is the only impression. The first impression is the only impression. Wow. It's so that just makes me wonder. How sometime we take things for granted or moments for granted, knowing or thinking that, oh, this moment is going to come back again, this situation is going to come back again. But I just love how that quote reminds us that you may never see it again, or you might never have the opportunity to make an impression on whoever you're interacting with for the first time again. So I deeply appreciate that. Welcome to everyone who might just be joining us. This is the Daily African Proverbs. We are here on Clubhouse and also on YouTube. We are live streaming this conversation as we speak, and we do this Monday to Friday. We can't do this without all the members of the African Father in America Club on Clubhouse who have continued supporting this space to where we are today. So if you are not following the club, I highly recommend that you do that, and also invite your friends and your community, nominate people to join the club. And if you love YouTube, if you watch content on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my channel where we are live streaming as we speak. That's also where we are sharing the content for Africa Day. We just hosted the biggest Africa Day celebration last Wednesday for 24 hours, and we recorded incredible content, in podcast form and video form, so you can, start exploring those as well on my YouTube channel. Bibi was one of the volunteers and contributors that made Africa Day possible, so thank you for that as well, Bibi. Debbie, how are you? Thank you for joining us yesterday and for connecting with me on Instagram as well. Share with us your perspective on today's proverb from Morocco. It says, waking up early is bought with gold.
Thank you. I'm well, and I'm so glad we're connected on multiple platforms. Hi, everybody. I am Debbie Berlin. I'm in Maryland, right near Washington, D.C. I want to thank Simon for this community space, and greetings to all on the call. I was listening to Ongeringo by Simon and jamming out before this call, so I'm loving it. And I want to also let you know, Simon, if you don't know, have you heard of Afropolitan? Have you heard of that group?
I have, yeah. I have.
Okay, wonderful. Because a similar vibe about celebrating the African diaspora, and there's a vibrant chapter in DC. So feel free to reach out to me if you'd like me to make some kind of connections. Happy to celebrate the love. Yes, on to the proverb. Waking up early in the morning makes us feel like a winner. We're ahead of the race, like we said. Early bird gets the worm, and we get to enjoy the first fruits of the day. When the day is fresh, the mist is on the air, and that fresh dew and the fresh energy. All of nature is excited. The birds are flitting around and singing and zipping left and forth, back and forth. So joyous and so full of energy. And we get to plug into that nature energy of excitement. It's time to get started, time to join the party, get the show on the road, And as far as tips for waking up early, I think, if we feel a strong purpose in life and a strong joy for life, man, you can't keep us in bed. It's time. We have a strong purpose, and we have joyous living. You rest when you're tired, yeah, take a break, go to sleep, recharge your battery, just like your cell phone. And then when you open your eyes, pop out of bed, put on that music, listen to Ongeringo, and get the party started, and go live life, enjoy your life, be a blessing to others, and yeah, do it as soon as you can, first thing in the morning, before the sun, with the sun, after the sun, as soon as you can. And waking up early is a joy when you're excited about life. So yeah, let's keep doing it and inspiring each other. God bless everybody.
Oh, God bless you too. Yeah, that's beautiful. I agree. And I'm so happy that you're listening to Ongeri Ingo, and you're saying it very well too. So I love it. I love it. And Ongeri Ingo, the spirit of that song is the spirit of this proverb today. It's about putting in a fight and not letting go, never giving up and pushing on. And for you to wake up early consistently and accomplish the goals that you've set is no joke. It's no joke. So I appreciate you for your perspectives, Debbie, and I'll definitely reach out to you for the Afropolitan connection. That's an amazing connection for sure. Dr. Farida, how are you doing? It's been a while, but I saw you at Africa Day, and that meant a lot. Just share with us your perspective on this proverb from Morocco, and share with us where you're joining us from, and your perspectives in regards to the benefits of waking up early. I know that this is something that you can speak to because you are an amazing leader, and you do so much. So tell us how you do it.
Hi, Simon. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for bringing me up. Good morning, everyone. Or good afternoon or evening, wherever you are. The sister that just spoke, I think it's Bibi. Man, you are such a morning sunshine of energy. That was your voice. The energy that exudes, like it just got me going this morning, and that is what we mean by, waking up early is, but we go. I think that's what the proverb says. Thank you so much for that bubbling personality and that energy. It got me going. So I am Frida Mambo. I live in Birmingham, Alabama, and it's probably gonna be echoing because I'm in an empty room right now. Excuse that, but I live in Birmingham, Alabama, and like Simon said, I am all over the place. I do a lot, so I have to wake up early. And no kidding you, my wake up time is between 4 and 4:30 a.m. every single day, and that is CST. I it's insane the things that I do, on a daily basis. So my schedule for an entire day is just it's so long that I need to get up early to be able to accomplish, my entire, what I've assigned for myself every single day. I get up in the morning, go to the gym, an hour and a half, and after that, well, get up, make sure that I read a chapter of a book and then go to the gym. And after that, my entire day goes so smooth. Like I have a whole lot of things that I run, and a whole lot of, well, two or three different companies that I manage. So it's just a whole heck of an entire day for me. So waking up early for me gives me that opportunity to be able to do the things that I have assigned for myself and my workers for that day. And so that is gold for me, right? Because um, especially at the end of the day when I get to accomplish my goals that I set for that day, man, it's golden. Nothing can beat that. And I go to bed early. So when I wake up at 4 or 4:30, by 8 or 8:30, I make sure that I'm in bed because I have to cover my 8 hours of sleep, so that I can be able to get up the next day early and be able to do the things that I do. So it is imperative for me, again, it is imperative that I get up in the morning early because it helps me to accomplish my daily activities for the entire day. And again, that is golden. So yes, 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 yes. I echo what everybody has said with regards to waking up early. It's a treasure. You just, it helps you to accomplish a whole lot, during the day. So again, thank you, Simon, for bringing me up. And thank you, BB, for that such bubbling personality. It's going to get me going throughout the day. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I drop my mic.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much, Dr. Frida. Yeah, and keep up the great work that you're doing. We should follow up and do our podcast episode soon. I'll follow. I'll send you something today.
Please, yes, please. We should definitely follow up with that. Yes.
Okay. Well, thanks again.
Can I say something?
Yes. Go ahead, please.
Yes, and Dr. Frida, how are you? You actually live close to me. Well, maybe by a few hours. I live in Tennessee, Clarksville, and I'll be going to Alabama next week, and then to Louisiana. But I was gonna add, I'm not sure if you already do this when you wake up so early and do your workout. Do you add meditation to it? If you
Yes.
don't, okay,
Yes.
good.
I wake up. I do like a chapter of a book, and then after that, I do like a 10 minutes meditation before I head out to the gym.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Just wanted to add that in there because that 10 to 15 minutes of meditation, breathing, it helps big time. So
It does. And so meditation is one of the things that I don't joke with. So I actually meditate twice a day, in the morning and before I go to bed. So it's important for me to meditate.
definitely, same here. All
Thank you.
right. Well, all right. That's it. Thanks, Simon.
I love that. I think that's something valuable that everyone who is joining us can also take away. From both of you are of African descent. Both of you are actually probably first generation Africans living in the diaspora, and you both meditate. But meditation is not something that we grew up with as Africans, And I just wanted you, either you, Dr. Frida, or Bibi, to share with us how you are normalizing meditation, because I think it's so important for our communities. For everyone of African descent globally has dealt with quite a bit of trauma, and I feel that meditation is very, very valuable. So, not to take us away from our specific topic today, which is based on the Moroccan proverb, waking up early is bought with gold. I think meditation is also bought with gold. So you can speak about it just for a second.
Well, to me, I take meditation as our parents and their parents did prayer time. That's like when they used their prayer time, I take it as meditating for our prayer time as well, because it's like when you're doing those deep breaths and just pretty much doing nothing, it's actually doing a lot. So it's like you're praying, but not like, I mean, you are praying. It's practically just your moment of prayers to yourself, just like speaking what you want to accomplish, what you're grateful for, and all those things without actually saying words. You're kind of just like doing it silently and just reaching out within you. Like you're just tapping into your own self. And that's how I get to be more intuitive when I tune into myself. That's how I'm more aware of what's going on around me and my energy in itself. So that's my take.
Indeed. And my take on meditation is the purpose is to kind of get out of our thoughts and the hectic mind space that we normally inhabit in our daily routine. And it's that transcendent moment where we just be. We just come back to the here and now. And so I think it's important to realize that, you can do it in lotus position, levitating off the floor, or you can just you regard a beautiful sunrise, be in nature, and those moments that take our breath away, right? Where we're not even aware of ourselves. We just transcend in that moment, the beauty of nature, the good food that just makes you go, right? Good laughter with friends where you forget, you don't even have any troubles. You're just in that moment, laughing in your belly so hard, feeling rich in life with good friends and laughter. Or when you're on the dance floor and it's like you're not even moving, it's like the beat is moving you, that's a level of transcendence and meditation. I think it's important to realize there's different forms of getting there, whether it's quiet Zen breath work or whether it's joyous, exuberant laughter. It's that time when we're no longer thinking and doing, we're just being. and being alive. And I think it's beautiful to celebrate all those variations.
Yeah, that is that voice. So for me, like I said, I have a whole lot that is going on, and I continually struggle to truly turn off my head, you know. So I kind of enter my monkey mode. The intrusive, restless thoughts that derail me from finding mental calm. And so for me, even when I set aside time for stillness or riptide of my thoughts, in fact, my thoughts frequently washes me out to a sea of worries. And, it concerns me a whole lot. And so I take that time for me to calm, to just be by myself, listen to nature, listen to the birds, listen to, the trees and all those things. It gives me some sense of calmness, and it also opens up my mind for me to be able to think more, to be able to calm the numerous or the several thoughts that are going on in my head. So meditation actually calms me a whole lot. When I have all those thoughts running through my head and I don't know what to do, I sit down, I take that 10 or 15 minutes and just talk to myself, talk to, the universe, and ask for, support or help, or what is it that I need to do? How can I get this done? And things start, suddenly coming together. When you start meditating, it's a lot difficult, but when you're a long time meditator, things easily come to you. So for me, it's a moment of calm that I just want to, get everything together and make sure that I do everything right. So that brings all those calmness and togetherness and some mental stability to me. So yes, thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you again, my wonderful sister, Dr. Frida. I know that, we need to continue on here. I think we are now at Anjali. And Anjali, feel free to share with us your perspectives on meditation as well. But start with your perspectives on this amazing Moroccan proverb, waking up early is bought with gold. What are your thoughts when you hear this proverb? Thank you so much.
Wow, gratitude, love, and peace, family. The energy in this room has been elevated tremendously. Yes, greetings, Grand Rising. I'm Anjali. I am a psychedelic integration mentor, a life coach, and a ceramicist based in North Carolina. And what put me on this path of being in service towards sacred plants and to being of service to our fellow brothers and sisters to the betterment of humanity is because of my own suffering. I'm a rape and eating disorder survivor, and part of my recovery process has been because I made a decision to curate my life and to return myself to a state of happiness and health. And that started with consistently showing up for myself to wake up early, because breath and having the being gifted the opportunity to wake up is the gift. Life is the gift. Someone had said earlier that if you have a purpose and you are excited for life and you do things in your day that excite you, you can't stay asleep. You can't stay in bed. If you have a mission driven life, staying in bed doesn't feel balanced. It doesn't feel harmonic. So your energetic self is what rises you to go fulfill your mission, to go fulfill your passions, to show up for your family, to show up for your friends, to show up for your clients, your boss, whoever it is, your neighbor, for yourself. And that is, for me, is how I can tie in meditation. Is that rising earlier and earlier? My goal is to get up at the 4:30, the 4:44 a.m. group. Right now, I'm between 5:55 and 7:30 a.m. But eventually, my goal is to do the 4:44 a.m. rise. And that is that time that I give to myself for my self-love ritual. I'm a sacred ritualist, and I teach others on how to have ritual, even the sense of ritually saying yes to yourself in terms of meditation or a yoga practice, which is how I combine them. I have been showing up to my meditation combined with a yoga practice as often as I can. I'm not an absolute person. It has not been every day. I can't do everything every day. I would burn out. But I do forgive myself in the moments if I take longer than 2 or 3 days to return to a practice. That's because I'm human and I am on my own path. But I know that meditation and I know that my yoga helps to feed my soul. It helps to dissolve the nutrients of my emotions and my creative self and my expansion. So for me, meditation happens a lot. I find time to do it in the rising. I find time to do it in the car if I'm in a chaotic space, if I'm feeling overwhelmed, and in the evening. So meditation for me has completely changed my life. It helps to reground, recollect, and soothe and bring calmness, focus, and clarity. But first and foremost, it's self love ritual. You have to show up for yourself in order to show up for our brothers and sisters. And to me, meditation has taught me that in a lot of ways. So the more missions I develop in my life and the more passions I generate and magnetize and attract and pursue in my life, the earlier and earlier I rise because every day is the celebration. Gift, breath is the gift. Thank you so much. I'm Anjali. Love y'all.
Man, love you too. It's powerful, everything you just shared with us today. I used to host a conversation in the African Wisdom Club here on Clubhouse, and I'm bringing them back on Fridays at 9 p.m. PST. And I would love to host you there as a guest, Anjali. So if you're interested, let me know. I'm looking for, people of African descent who are doing what you do. I'm looking for healers. I'm looking for, herbalists. I'm looking for I'm looking for witch doctors. I'm looking for night runners that I can interview on Friday at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, because we always run away from who we are, and accessing more information about the power of even meditation, and knowing that it's actually that it's something that is very much African. It's not foreign. It's not foreign to us. So and well-being is not foreign. It's something that is very, very important to who we are. If you look at how most of our people, majority of African people actually live in rural areas, not in urban areas, especially in the continent, and just they don't go to the hospital much. But we always, once we get to the cities, we forget about some of the benefits, for example, of just walking barefoot. I was watching a story of this doctor in Kenya, in the capital city of Kenya, who 2 years ago, this is a medical doctor, he just stopped wearing shoes and is now providing alternative medicine in Nairobi through his practice, where all the people who work there walk barefoot, and he's advocating the importance of letting your body actually be in direct contact with the earth, and the health benefits of that. And so, there's just so much that this room is reminding me about. And if you are someone who is interested in the topic I'm talking about for Fridays, let me know in the DMs on Instagram, and I'll send you more information. Now we want to go to Thoth. Thoth, how are you? And what are your perspectives on today's conversation? We have a proverb here from Morocco that is guiding our conversation today. It says, waking up early is bought with gold.
Good morning, Simon. I'm joining you guys from California. Good morning, everyone. One thing that I know for sure is, sacrificing sleep, it's really not good. It definitely might lead to a whole lot of negative effects, and sleep deprivation can as well lead to moodiness, poor concentration, sometimes even potential what do you call it, gain weight. And so waking up early, as the quote says, is really good, but that also boils down to if it's a way of life, if it's a routine for you. Because waking up early being good, it means you have to go to bed early, you have to have a plan, you have to have a routine, and I think it has to be part of you. It has to be a culture, not just for the purpose of waking up early, and because when you wake up early, it also helps, you know, enhance productivity, helps to kickstart your day, you know, for people who reflect, people who do meditation, people who exercise and pray. I think waking up early is good for me. I love to wake up that early, you know, indulge in some push-ups or sit-ups and do some morning prayer before I kickstart my day. Because I don't know, in as much as the last 10 years of my life, I've always woken up at least 4 a.m. or 4:30 a.m. so I could, you know, plan for myself and go to work. So I think waking up early has its benefits as well as its disadvantages, depending on how it works for you. And as for meditation, meditation is a beautiful thing. I don't always have the time to do it more often because I I enjoy spending time around, you know, nature, water bodies, and just, you know, reflect on life and ideas and things that I have planned. So meditation for me is good because it helps with clarity and calmness of the head. It reduces stress level, you know, and it also helps because for me, I also feel like one of the more reasons why people wake up early also is for job satisfaction. Because I feel like if you love your job so much and you're okay with what you do, you know, waking up early should also always be a motivation. And also for parents with kids, you know, with young kids, it is not a conversation. Waking up early must be done every day. I think I'll end my mic on here. Thank you, Simon.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you again. I appreciate that. When you mentioned parents with kids, it reminded me of myself. And sometime, my kids get into this routine of waking up so early that you don't even understand, what's going on in their mind. Sometimes they can't go to bed early, and then they can't stay in bed, as long as you'd like them. For example, for me, I'm up at 4 a.m. and I want to be recording this session by 6 a.m. So I have other things in between, my meditation, maybe a workout, maybe some work actually. I have a lot of, because I'm in Seattle, Washington, and a big part of my team is in Kisumu, Kenya, and in Nairobi. And I have to be on call sometime at that time of the morning. So when they're awake at that time, they need your full attention, and so it's just always interesting teaching them, why they have to sleep sufficiently. Like you're saying, thought that sacrificing sleep is really not a good idea, but also, the balance, how do you teach them a balance, especially if how do you teach them a good balance, especially if they're seeing you waking up early. They ask you, you're asking me to go to bed now, but you're awake, so then how do you answer that, so just something to think about. But Dan, how are you? Thank you for joining us, for today's Daily African Proverbs. Share with us your perspectives on this incredible Moroccan proverb. It says, waking up early is bought with gold. Thank you so much.
Yeah, greetings, everyone. I guess I just have two perspectives. One, which is directly tied to what we were just sharing as a parent. It can be very difficult to centralize your own needs, to be able to regulate, to be able to re-strategize, to be able to have open attention, which means we can be more creative. It gets really difficult to do when negotiating the moving pieces of life throughout the day. When we're able to set the time and intentionally get up earlier, that allows for us to regulate better as human beings, to be able to operate with more strategy, more intention through this world. And as a mental health practitioner, I really find the benefits of forcing yourself to get into those habits and then reaping the benefits of those habits and that labor of setting that time to get up early, to be able to capitalize on the 4 or 5 hours that the world largely might be sleeping in. I think is just been more beneficial for me to be able to be present as a partner, as a parent, and as a practitioner. So those are my perspectives. I think this is a very timely conversation. So thank you so much, Simon, for the great work that you do.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you also, my brother Dan, for your incredible incredible contribution. And also, just speaking to, when you wake up early, you can operate strategically. When you wake up early, you have time to think and plan and strategize. That's a really fresh perspective. We haven't had it since we started the conversation. So thank you so much. Dominic, how are you doing, my brother? I would love to listen to your words of wisdom as we're also getting close to the end of our conversation today. But for those who are just joining us, take a moment, follow the African Father in America Club here on Clubhouse. Tap in with me on YouTube as well. The link at the top of the room is my YouTube channel. Click it, subscribe, and push the notification bell over there so that when I go live tomorrow and next week, you can catch me. I have a lineup of guests that I am curating for this show as well. I host guests for the African Father in America podcast. So if you want to be a guest on this show, where you can share your story, and then we can dissect this proverb with you on video. And then I especially love to interview people who have something that they're doing that they need to get the word out about at the time of the interview. So think about whether you have your own podcast, whether you have a book that is out, whether you have an event that is coming up, whether you have an organization that you're launching or a business that you're launching. If you know someone in those categories, let me know, because this space is for all of us and it's growing, and we want to grow it together through the stories that we share. So my DMs, especially on Instagram, are open. I want to open the mic for you, my brother Dominic. Share with us where you are and what today's proverb from Morocco means to you. It says, waking up early is bought with gold.
Yeah, thank you, Omar, for giving me or inviting me to your show. I'm very happy, and indeed, I must confess that I have learned a lot, especially from the meditation part, because I don't do it. I know I do prayers, but not to that extent, where you tend to link with certain spirits. So I don't do that, but I wanted to say that I really learned a lot. But indeed, I am in the Netherlands currently, but I'm from South Sudan, and there is a similar proverb in Arabic that says that "Wad al-Badr Samin," which means literally that he who gets up earlier is just so very precious, because then you can accomplish a lot. But what I wanted to say is that I have been a person that wakes up so very early, and for the last couple of years, from 1995, I had a problem that I don't sleep normally. So if I sleep like any other person, then I wake up. So even if I slept late, like 12, I'll still wake up at 4 or 5. And when I was back home, I used it for my sport running. Do some jogging around, and you fire up yourself, in anticipation for a new day, where you'll be working. Because as somebody used to work in a government office, you don't normally have a lot of time for you to do your other stuff. And once you get to the office, you get out, for example, at 5, and then you come home before you know you are very tired. So for us to substantiate this and keep ourselves healthy, I have to really, wake up at 4, and then wait a little bit. When the cock started crowing, and you'll start to get out and do your running in the neighborhood, which is very helpful to me, having come to the town. But of course, in the village, it is a routine that we used to do. That, for example, I used to do farming. Once you're in a farm, you have to get up very early, when the grounds are still, cooperating. The spirits, and it's very cold, and you will be doing a lot of stuff, before the sun, rises, and that is a trend that I came with it over, the years. So there's a lot of benefit indeed once you wake up very early. You can be able to accomplish a lot, like most of these folks have done. And if you're and I agree with the person who said that, once you're a father, and especially, in this part of the world, when you are a single father, then you have your time also to do a lot of stuff before, you started running into your own daily routines of life. So time is indeed, precious, but how you manage it, becomes something that very important for you to make the most out of it. Anyway, so thank you very much, for giving me this opportunity. And indeed, it is a very rich proverb, which we don't have to take it indeed very light. Thank you. I'll land it.
Excellent. Thank you, Dominic. I love that. I love, your perspectives, and also how you shared with us what you do, especially after your body has adjusted to being awake for so long, how you are taking advantage of that, and, jogging and staying fit. But also, I love how you are open to, this meditation idea. It's still, the idea of just staying calm and practicing meditation and learning. I think, there is just the calmness that you can do on your own, but there is the learning, seeking knowledge from those. There are people in the room who do meditation than some of us. In fact, even me, I still seek out learning. For example, from Gogo Rutendo Ngara, who I have hosted here as a guest a number of times. She has shared with us different methods of meditations from an African perspective, and she guides us through the meditations, and it has just been transformative for me to just learn some of the best meditation practices from an African sister like her. So if you want to learn, find someone. If you want to practice meditation well and reap the benefits of it, I think it's good to find someone that you can learn from. We've come to the tail end of our conversation today. Tomorrow we are also going to be here with another African proverb, and we are going to dissect it. I want to thank you, Ingrid. It's wonderful to see you. I hope you're doing well. And Chelsea and Steve, and I see Ras here as well. I'm just going through the Clubhouse room and shouting out people like Mohammed, who are also here, and of course Roger, MK, Laron, and Aphrodite. I see Emmanuel Guya as well, and Sarah. Thank you for being, in this little village with us for today's conversation. And also to everyone on stage who contributed, from Lavender, Stella, Brother, Bibi, Debbie, and Ajali, and Thoth, and Dan, and Dominic, and Gerald. Thank you all so much. If you want to stay in touch with me, the best place is Instagram, at Okelo Javan. And, the best way you can support this work right now is to go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, share it with somebody else. And then we will see you tomorrow, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you really enjoyed today's conversation, come back tomorrow and bring, 3 or 5 other people that you feel that need to be a part of this kind of experience. With that, thank you again, Stella and Lavender, for all the amazing work that you do to make the Daily African Proverbs and the African Father in America podcast possible. Have a beautiful evening in Nairobi, and have a nice day, everybody else. Thank you so much. Peace and love.
African Father in America. Tujikaze, jikaze. Tujikaze, jikaze. African father America. You are listening to African Father in America podcast by Simon Javan Okelo, live from Seattle, Washington,